Welcome back to my final morning report chart appraisal on Monday the 23rd of May with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Antec Markets. Looking at gold, and we're still seeing this slide in gold, aren't we? We saw that breakdown of the support around 1260 last week on the Fed minutes. That's sort of continued really. We've not seen any real sign that there's going to be a rebound yet. We haven't yet decisively broken this uptrend. And for that reason, the medium-term bulls are hanging on by their fingernails. But this near-term corrective downtrend channel that looks to be now a downtrend channel is continuing, and it is sort of breaking that sequence of higher lows. And it's interesting because it's now in the realms of on the brink of turning into quite a corrective move, really. You look at that RSI around 45. If you saw it in the low 40s or even below 40, I think that is really suggesting that we're going to be possibly even coming back towards the lows again, 1208 area, which is the key support from March, April. Stochastics looking increasingly corrective, don't they? MACD lines turning lower. It's all looking as though that the slide is going to continue, and the last couple of days we've seen this sort of just drift lower, really. You're still above or trading around certainly the 55-day moving average. So nothing too horrendous yet. And the interesting thing I wanted to show you on this hourly chart is this. I've sort of talked at great length about 1243 being a pivot. Let's have it there. 1243 being a pivot, and time and time again it did seem to be the basis of resistance and support through all these turning points. And 1244 was the low that we saw last week, and that held up, and it's basically consolidated since then. But still, you look at these MACD lines on the hourly and say basically it's just unwound back to a level at which the sellers are going to get back in again on the downside. RSI on the hourly can't get back above 60, failing around the mid-50s. So this is all sort of pointing towards a negative sort of configuration on the chart generally. You got that old support around sort of 1250, well, say 1257 to 1263. That's sort of $6 worth of support. That's now becoming a $6 worth of resistance area. You had that rally last couple of days up towards that 1257 area, falling over 1260. So you got $6 worth of resistance, pretty decent resistance there. Today's rally's fallen over around 1256. So it's not really able to get any sort of recovery going, and I think that that would suggest that we're still going to be sort of drifting lower. And I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if we didn't see a retest of obviously that reaction at 1244, but ultimately 1225 area. 1227 was the reaction low, but 1225 there's another pivot around there as well. And if that gets broken, then you're looking back towards sort of 1208 again, which is the April low. So this corrective downtrend channel continues on gold. And with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Thank you.